Hello everybody, it's Holly from Besotted Orchids. I want to thank you so much for joining me today. I have purchased a, what do you call it? Hold your camera up. So now I can do more of this type of thing for you. So, what I have today, basically just playing with this and setting up the camera, I want to show you a new paphiopedilum that just opened up. Look at that. Is that pretty? And this one does not have a name because this one came from Groovy Plants and it said it was white with purple speckles. So, you tell me, white with purple speckles? I don't think so. So that was not the correct tag on this orchid, but I would love to get an orchid white with purple speckles. So, we'll see. It is more diminutive than, bring this one over. This one here. You can't even see it off screen. Try to hold them about the same height. Look at that. That's a large difference. This is going to be a space saver. If you don't have a lot of room on your shelves, this is probably the one you want. Very beautiful. Now here's this one. Look, ooh, it's just gonna wiggle all over. Look at this one. Beautiful, beautiful orchid. I am loving this. It is just so pretty. So I was going through my orchids and I believe I have 8 of the paphiopedilum variety. And I have, I want to say 2 of the fragmipediums. Now this one here is a paphiopedilum. I have been waiting, oh my gosh, almost 2 years. This will be the second summer of growth for it. And it is very vibrant, very healthy. This one is called Hirsuta missum. Very, very, very long name on this one. But I'm really hoping that this is the year that we do see it. And it's called Soft Velvet. And it is supposed to be a very, very beautiful velvety color. So we will see. I'm hoping. I mean, look at it. It has the growth. It has plenty of growth. And I set the camera up so you can see the orchids in the background. That chair, that is where I sit and I have my coffee. Or my tea. Not coffee anymore. Said I have my coffee, not anymore. I did try a sip today just because I was like, well, if I drink it out of one of my antique china glasses, it'll be a small amount. And you know, I took 2 sips of it and I wasn't even interested in it. So maybe I've kind of lost a taste for coffee, which would be a great thing because I'm not a pop drinker. I think I have pop. Usually if we have a pizza or something, I'll have a little bit of Pepsi. So that's really my caffeine, except kombucha. I do like my kombucha. I do make kombucha here at home. So that pretty much eliminates the caffeine. But this one here is the new one that I just purchased. Very, very pretty. This is, and it's just going to have 2 different names with it. It's Primulinum Graham times Primulinum purpurescens OL. And this is supposed to be, this will be a sequential bloomer. This is supposed to be the ever blooming orchid. There we go. My mind's thinking now. Ever blooming orchid. So it will almost always have an orchid in bloom on that spike. So one of these, you have to find out what your orchid is. If you have a paphiopedilum in particular, you really need to look and see. Like this one here, this is not sequential. But it is. I'm going to have to find out the name on this one. You will get another bloom. Oftentimes right behind here. But you only have 2. You only have 2 blooms on this one. It's not going to bloom indefinitely on that same spike. But this one will. So when this one's done, if I've given it enough time to see that it is going to have, that it's finished with its 2 blooms, or it's just not going to go ahead and create 2 this go around, I'll just cut this off, and I'll cut it off low. And then just wait for another growth to come on. You know, basic orchid care, take care of it. Make sure it's happy and healthy. And this one, I will let it grow for a very long time. I'm not going to cut it off. Kind of like the Psychopsis. The Psychopsis, you're not going to cut that off. You're going to let that go. My Solangeline udesana, the same way. Once it starts blooming, it will bloom for a very long time on that same one. And it's having a downtime right now. I don't know what I did to it. Something happened to my Collagenate Udasana, and I'm not happy with it. I am absolutely very, very unhappy with that. So I don't know if it's time to order a new one and just say that one's gone, because it was one I really, really enjoyed having in my collection. Now this is not a path, but I did want to show you, look at the diminutive size of this little orchid. I can bring it in. Look at that. It's not red. It's not going to be a red. It's kind of a, I don't want to say dusky rose. Oh, maybe it is kind of a dusty rose color. But this is in the twinkle variety somewhere, obviously. So I need to get busy and find a name for this one. I need to find as close a name as I can for this one. I do like to know the names of them. You know, it's kind of like having your dogs or your children. You kind of want a name. The orchids are a vital part of my life here in my home. They're all over the living room. They're in the kitchen. They're here in the dining room, where we sit and do a lot of our schoolwork. So we're around these orchids a lot. So it's kind of nice to know a little name. So I think that is all I have for you today. I just wanted to come and try out my new camera setup and show you a new bloom. And thank you so much for watching my channel. It does mean a lot. It's very, gets you through the winter. Oh my gosh, in the wintertime in Ohio, I don't want to dredge on about the weather, but it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. You'll have deep, deep cold, then you'll have wet, then oh, it's ridiculous. So the Orchid channel is a great way for me to forget about what's going on outside and focus on a little bit of beauty inside and give us some hope for what's coming on in the springtime. So we will have lots and lots of beautiful blooms in the future for you to view. And actually, I did hear back from my contact person at the Richland County Library, and she said she will be ordering 120 seedlings from Carmela Orchids. Now, they're going to be shipped to my house. So I've never, well, I don't want to say seedlings, even plugs. They're plug size, so seedling size. They will be here unpotted. So I'm going to have to tend to them for a week or two in between. The classes will last for approximately a month. I'm going to have 7 classes within the month of April. So I'm going to have to keep all those little plugs alive, because everybody who attends one of the classes will go home with a potted orchid that they have potted. So they'll learn about the bark, they'll learn about how to pot, how to take care of each individual orchid, and I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be nice to see these roll in from Sheldon, so I'm excited to see what he sends. I think there's 10, I want to say 10 different varieties comes with that pack. It's Avery's, something to do with his granddaughter, I believe, Avery's pack. So there'll be 20 or 120 of those rolling in here in the next week to 2, hopefully 2 weeks out. And also, I might order myself a box for a few more extra blooms to take to my show, my Orchid Talks. I might order, you know I'm going to. I might order just a small box for myself, because my collection is it's a little out of hand. But they are beautiful, and they are fun, and they bring lots of joy to our home. So we can always make room for another orchid. So thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate you watching the videos. Please like, share, subscribe, and above all, enjoy those orchids.